Hey everybody, so today I'm going to tell you 3 things about why I think 3D printed skulls are the most amazing thing for art. So let's go. Okay, the first and probably biggest reason why 3D printed skulls are so cool is the availability. They make animal skulls that are hard to get a hold of available to people like you and me. So think of animals that are very rare and that it would be hard to get the skull of. Something like a lion, it would just be very expensive to get a hold of a lion skull. Sloth, stuff like that. Even mythical creatures like the very elusive jackalope, through 3D printing you can make something like this realistic. Animals that have gone extinct. You know, people scan fossils, reconstruct those skulls, and then print them out. That does happen. You can have a skull from an animal that no longer exists, is alive, and use it for your art. And then third one is just animals that would be illegal to possess otherwise. So think of like a eagle skull. You couldn't have that, most people can't because it's illegal. But you could have a 3D version of that skull perfectly fine. Second reason is simply the price. So skulls that normally would be very expensive, you can have printed for essentially a fraction of the cost. For example, this hyena skull, normally if it were real and I were to go out and purchase it, would cost roughly around $1,000. I purchased this 3D printed one, which is anatomically correct, scanned from a real skull for $165. So that's not even a quarter of the price. 3D printed skulls allows people, again, like you and me, who may not have $1,000 to purchase a very cool looking skull for a fraction of the cost. Okay, and lastly is just having the ability to manipulate a skull prior to printing to suit your needs, whether again you're using it for art or something else. This particular skull, the hyena skull, I had the gentleman make the walls a little bit thicker than it would be on a real skull. That way when I carve it, because I like to carve skulls, designs into the skulls, I have a little more material to work with. You can do other things like taking a skull and shrinking it down to a little miniature size, and you can use that for jewelry or again, any type of sculpting work you can incorporate those little skulls into. And then like I've done in the past is I carved a skull, made it into a piece of art, had it 3D scanned, and then miniatures printed off. So essentially like a painter making signed copies of his work, you can, through 3D printing, take a piece of art on a skull, scan it, and then print out either miniature versions or life-size versions of that piece of work. So it just gives you a lot more options with 3D printing, and like making crazy stuff like a jackalope. Obviously that's not real, but you can manipulate the file and create cool stuff that is a skull, but is also a piece of work, artwork. Okay, I hope that information was helpful to you. I do highly encourage you to explore the possibilities of 3D printed skulls, whether it's just for your own collection or if you're going to use them for art like I do. This particular skull I purchased from Buzzsaw Studios, but you can just go on Etsy, other places, and find them as well. This guy does some pretty cool work though. This particular skull, as a reminder to subscribe, because I'll be carving this guy up here really soon. So if you want to see that, stay tuned. And just a bunch of different videos on skulls and carving skulls, which I hope you'll like. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, guys. Sweet. Hey guys, today I'm going to talk to you about why blah 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 blah. Hey everybody. Blah blah blah. Oh. Wow. That's my little friend Klaus, by the way. He's new to the shed. Almost said office. Say hi to Klaus. Hi.